So there's actually a psychology behind having New Year's resolutions and having new plans or having new ideas or having a desire to do better with the start of a new year or with the start of a new month. It's the idea that you're given a second chance to make things better or to make things right. If you're interested in knowing how to maximize or at least accomplish 80% of the things that you plan to do this year, please continue watching this video. Hi friends, welcome to the channel. One thing we said in our first video or in our introduction video was that this channel would cover, or the content of this channel would also cover, self-development. So what better way to start than to share how to make the most out of the new year. The first point that I'll share with us today in maximizing the new year is envision what you want the year to look like. It's important that you can see what the year would be, or how you want the year to be, or what your desires for the year would be. It's easier to achieve what you can actually see. Oh, I want it to be a good year. Oh, I want it to be a good year. But have you seen it being a good year? So have more like a mental picture of what you want the year to be like. All the things, all the new changes I believe that you would have made from the previous year, all the things that you would have said, I want this to be different, I want to do this differently. Have a mental picture of what you want 2023 to be like. That would help you in carrying out your steps, because it's easier to become what you can see. The next point that I would be sharing in maximizing the new year, writing down these plans and these visions and all of these things that you intend to change. It's not enough that you just have a mental note of the things that you plan to achieve in the new year or the things that you plan to do differently. It's not enough that you have a mental note. This is where the place of journaling and having vision boards and all of those other things that involves putting our ideas on paper, putting them somewhere where we can actually go back, look at them, and we can share with somebody else. So it's important that you don't just see, you don't just make mental notes. Put it down somewhere. If you would prefer to put it down on your phone, on your note app, if you would prefer to write it down in a book, that's okay. If you would prefer to type it out in your computer, your laptop, whatever works for you, just do it. But make sure that you don't just leave it in your head and you just made a mental note of it. Why? Because it's easy for you to forget. You can easily forget, and you can't make reference to it if it's just a mental note, because it's something that you plan to achieve or you actually intend to put through with your plans. It's important that you write them somewhere so you can always go back and make reference. Oh, I planned that at the end of January I should have done this. Oh, I did that at the end of. So it's easier to track your progress when you have written it down somewhere. Third point that I'll be sharing is have an accountability partner. I mean, that in itself is self-explanatory. Have an accountability partner. It's so important that you have somebody else that you're reporting to besides yourself or aside yourself. Don't just say, okay, I would hold myself accountable. Yes, hold yourself accountable. But the truth is, you would cut slacks for yourself as many times as possible. In fact, uncountable times. You will tell yourself, oh, I tried, oh, I have tried, or I have done well. That's not the case. Have an accountability partner, somebody that you can always report to. If you always have to report to somebody, probably at the end of the week, probably at the end of the month, or at the end of 2 weeks, trust me, you try to be up to your game, because you don't want to always go back to the person with news. I'm sorry, I couldn't pull through with my plan for the week. I'm sorry, I didn't achieve what it was that I was supposed to do in January. Or there's that awareness that I'm not just doing this by myself. I'm going to be telling somebody else, and because I don't want to look like I'm not serious. It's a way of also pushing yourself, because you don't want to look like you're unserious or you just wrote things down for the love or for the euphoria that comes to the new year. Have an accountability partner, somebody that you can report to. Your accountability partner could be anybody, but make sure that your accountability partner is actually pushing you. We're going to have a whole different video on accountability partner, how to pick the right one, what to look out for when you're picking an accountability partner. Fourth point for this video is commit it to God. Commit it to God. I'm a Christian, and a lot of the things that I do or my mind is greatly influenced by that, by the word of God. And I believe that committing your plans and all the plenty things that you plan to do in this year, all the things that you plan to achieve, the character development that you plan to attain in this year, it's important that you put that final God seal on it. It's putting a seal on it. Many are the plans of men, but it is God that determines what will come through. So all your plans, beautiful, amazing. It's good that you've made plans, but just put it to God. That's all for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share, subscribe. If it's a content that you would love to see, please share to your friends. If you know somebody that will benefit from this type of content, in this year and beyond, we are growing, we are developing, and we are actually becoming the people that we desire to be. Thank you guys. That's all for today. Subscribe to the channel. Bye to the next video.